Hi, I'm Moni Farhadi, and I was a school board of trustee member for Los Gatos Union School District for about 18 months.
I'm Marika Sayuk, and I'm the mayor of the town of Los Gatos.
Liz Gibbons, and I am on the Campbell City Council. I was elected in 2014, and this is my year to rotate into mayor. So.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Blough. I'm the vice chair of the Los Gatos Town Youth Commission.
So for me, politically active has many levels. It's local, it's national, it's international, and sometimes it's just, me and my computer.
I think there's two kinds of being politically active. I think there's being socially politically active, which is human rights kinds of things. And there's being politically active in my role as a council member and as a mayor. To be politically active means you have to understand the issues that your community is involved in, needs to be involved in, and you have to represent those interests in the political environment.
Using my voice to help change ordinances and local laws to see changes that I see fit.
For me, political activism means to be informed, to be engaged, and when appropriate and when you feel comfortable to be active, meaning to either vote if you're either 18 or just to be informed enough of facts so that when you are talking about current events, whether it's at a local or national level, that you're speaking of facts.
I'm very, very much into public engagement. I really want people to come to meetings. I really want people to participate. I really want people to speak up.
In one way, it's easy because everything I do now is political.
I wanted to be engaged and understand the broader issues.
We partake in meetings every month, but other than that, we're doing a lot of little work around to spread the word about Youth Commission, what we do and what we've done. I also educate people on what the Town Youth Commission has been doing. For example, our smoking ordinance as of recent was passed by the Town Council. So I let people know what that states, the changes that were made, and how to also lawfully abide by it.
I basically am active every day because I get emails. We have sort of an activist group, and I get emails every day, and you have to sign this petition and sign that petition. So pretty much on a daily basis, I sign some petition. I Twitter some of the activities that are, facts finding.
House of Cards. Oprah, Hillary Clinton, AP Gov.
Naivete.
I grew up in Iran, which is a third world country. Not as many freedoms. So when I did come to the United States, I don't take freedom for granted. I vote every time I can vote. I used to take the kids when they were younger, and I would tell them, people have died for the right to vote. And they're like, yeah, Mom. But it's true.
Knowledge that everything I do, at least my intent is to lead to a better and productive life for everyone involved. I think that's what keeps me going.
With the recent political climate, women's rights have become much more important to me. So it affects me personally.
Working through. I mean, yes. I'd say something, you'd say something. I'd say something, you'd say something. And we just work it through. We discussed. Exactly. And we always came out with a better solution. Not that either one of us always agreed with the other, but we always knew it was better for the process.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I can say absolutely, positively, unequivocally yes right now.
Yes. When I was on the school board, I voted on several things such as teachers' salary increase, that we should go for parcel tax, that we should have professional development for teachers. There was a lot of things that I did that impacted the Los Gatos community.
I was involved with the planning commission and wanted to make sure that our town turned more sustainable. So worked on a sustainable plan, a climate action plan. And so since being on council, we've been able to take all that work and turn it so that our electricity is 100% carbon free.
And then my work in women architects and pay equity, I think that's making a difference because the male establishment of architecture is realizing that they do need to pay the women equally, and that maybe some of them weren't aware of the issue, but now they have to be much more transparent in their process of promotions and pay. So I think that's making an impact.
And then just for social impacts, when I ran for office, it was 3 years ago, my son was in elementary school at the time, and there were kids that would look at me and say, but you're just a mom. Like, it was hard to make the connection between how can someone's mom be running for an office. And I think those kids now that are now at Fisher totally feel comfortable talking to me.
Yeah, the smoking ordinance, I keep talking about it because it's our biggest accomplishment since I've been on the Youth Commission. We have flyers going up, banners that hang from the lampposts in town going up. They were designed by a Los Gatos High School student. We have new signs going out. Hotels and motels and apartment buildings and condo complexes had to change all of their smoking regulations because of our smoking ordinance. There's less kids outside of 7-Eleven smoking cigarettes, which is kind of great for the community.
Work with Iranian Americans, I think, is making an impact, as I mentioned, to try to change stereotypes of what people think about Iranians or Muslim women. I'm a modern Muslim woman, and I think people don't realize that.
There's been a lot of, let's say, fear in our community. And I think being a woman and a woman of color, I think there are people in our community who feel a lot more comfortable talking to me about, immigration, deportation, the role of police than I think they may have felt talking to someone else. And I think I've been in a unique position to be filling that role this year.